Hey guys, Sam, say hello. Say hello. You want to say hello? Come on. Hi. Say hello, everyone. Hello. Come on. What? What? Yeah, you're very handsome. I know. I smell like other cats. I smell like venti. What? Yeah, you don't like that, do you? He's like growling, and yet he still wants attention. You send mixed signals and giving me whiplash. Oh, what? No, fuck you. So huge huge strides with Meowzy. I was out there, and you guys remember when I said that I like pet her by her tail and she just bolted? Out this time, she was eating, and I got to, you know, the first time. Yes, it happened more than once, and at the span of like a minute. So yeah, the first time it didn't last long because I'm like, okay, I don't want to push it. So the first time I was like, I just kind of like by her tail and just kind of started, doing that. And then I stopped, and then she went over and started nudging at Venti, and then she licked herself, and then she went back to eat. I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can try again. So I reached out and scratched right by her tail. Her tail kind of went up more, and I'm like, okay. So I started, and then I kind of moved up more towards her neck, and I started, right there by her neck, behind the ear, and she was fine. And I just sat there, just you know, um, no, but I was petting her quite a bit. Sam, what are you doing? Go. And then the third time, I started, but then I think she had enough of it, so she just kind of ran off. But yeah, she ran off, like not run off, but she kind of like. So I think after like the second time, she was like, okay, you had your fun. I let you pet me, and then, but she was sitting out there. She was purring. Like I've never heard her purr before. Uh, she let me pet her. Um, like I said, she's exposed her belly to me. She makes biscuits when I'm around. When I say making biscuits for people who are stupid, that's when the cats do, the kneading thing. Everyone calls it making biscuits because it looks like they're, kneading dough. Hell, I freaking go outside this afternoon, and you guys know that little garage type thing across the street. She was on top of it. I go outside and I'm like, I hear her because I heard her meow, and I'm looking around, and there I see her staring at me from on top of the little garage out there. I'm like, Meowzy. She's like, and then she like goes to the tree and climbs down because that's how she got up, and she just like runs over here. Like I said, she'll get up to the mat out there, and she'll just. I was on the ground sitting out there before. I mean, that's why I got my jacket on because it's cold out. But I was sitting out there with Venti, and he was in my lap, and she was sitting there, and she was just purring. I'm like, I've never heard you purr before. I've never heard her purr before at all. So, I mean, just being able to pet her for that long, I mean, I understand people are going to say, what's the big deal? It is a big deal because this cat was most likely born outside and hasn't had any real human interaction. So for me to be able to, you know, and for her to be, I mean, when I go outside, it only takes her a second or two to realize that it's me. I don't have to do the whole thing, or I don't have to call her name. All I have to do is go outside. She'll see me, and whoop, she runs up. Even if I have nothing to eat for her, I'll sit down in the chair, and she'll come running up. So she knows who I am. She's happy when I come out there. Like I said, as soon as she comes up, she just, makes her biscuits. If she's across the street and she sees me, she'll just bolt across the street, looking both ways before she does, of course, because she's a smart, responsible young lady. Oh, it was up there. Now it's down here. Oh, that good old 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. Delicious. But yeah. So obviously people are wondering, Venti's okay too. He just had a moment where he didn't want to come over here for like 2 days. So, but I'm like, he came over, but I didn't see him. It's like I've said, he comes over, he'll eat or whatever, and sometimes he'll eat and he'll just walk. Like he'll come back over here and eat, and then he'll go right across the street again. Lately he's been coming over like for the past day or so. Once he comes back, I've been out there, and he'll be out there in the chair sleeping already or whatever. But yeah, so he's fine. He's fine. But yeah, Meowzy making a lot of progress with her. I'm starting to think that the realm of possibility of being able to actually pet her and hold her, I don't think that's as far-fetched as I thought before. I mean, it's very possible. People, I mean, I watch videos on YouTube and all that. Same situation. People have feral cats. None of them want to be touched. They run around, run away when they see, or not even see, but when you get close. And then suddenly they realize, hey, they're not going to hurt me. They're feeding me. They're protecting me. So hopefully I can get Meowzy to that point. I mean, she's young. I think she's like a year old or something. So she's young. I've still got plenty of time with her. So, but yeah, I got to actually pet her. Like I said, I scratched right there by her tail, and just it went whoop. And then I made it right behind her ear and on her neck. And she just sat there and ate, and she was fine. But then the third time I tried, she was like, nope. It's like I can only tolerate so much right now. So, I mean, that's the thing. If you guys are trying to do that, if you have outside cats, don't force it. Just kind of do that. Just like little small things at first. Like the first time I was like, okay, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. And me being stupid, I went ahead for the second one. And, luckily enough. But that third time, she's like, no, nope, not doing it. So, yeah, don't press your luck with it. Just small itty bitty bits of progress, and just go from there. You don't want to overwhelm them and make them think that you're trying to force them to do something they don't want to do. So for me, I mean, even if it's as simple as just sticking your hand out towards them, eventually you'll stick your hand out and they'll actually come up to you, and then that's progress. And then next time you do it, maybe they'll come up and actually, sniff your hand like they usually do. And then that's progress. And then maybe the next time they'll come up, sniff, and then, do the, with their head, bump it with their head, and that's even more progress. And then the next time they do that, maybe that allows you to, kind of do that to them. So it's just little bitty bits at a time. Don't try to do it all at once, because you're not gonna like it. But if only all cats could be perfect like Bendy. He really is the perfect cat. It's like I'm sitting out there, and me and my friend, we had two cats that have died. One, he shouldn't have even died. He was on the fucking lawn across the street, and he got hit by a car. That's right, he was on the lawn across the street from the house, and he was hit by a car. And then the other one he was just old. His kidneys were shutting down and all that. Like, he was going to be like 13 years old, so he was an old man. But Venti is the best of both of them. I'm sitting out there and I'm feeling nostalgic, like with Bam. I would sit out on the front porch with him, and he would do exactly what Venti does, except for the belly rubs. Bam loved belly rubs. You could just sit there and he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care. You could just, like, for 15 minutes, just rub his belly. Venti doesn't really like belly rubs, but, he still exposes his belly and all that. But he's like the best of both cats, so, it's very nostalgic sitting there with him, even though he's not my cat. Feels like he's been there or here the whole time, because he feels so familiar, like, with the other two. It's weird. But, yeah, I got to actually pet Meowzy instead of just touching her, then her bolting off. No, I actually got to pet her. So, more progress has been made. And, yeah. Thought you guys be interested. And of course, you guys want to know how Venti is. He's fine. He's Venti. So, Venti is Venti. Anyways, you guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.